All-terrain boards add a whole new element to skating because you aren't restricted to sealed surfaces. While they are still pretty simple, there are a handful of things you should know about to keep your board running smooth, quiet, and performing at its best. The first thing is about as simple as it gets. Keep your tires inflated to 45 psi. It sounds silly, but if your tire pressure drops to 20 psi, your range will be significantly decreased and you might experience other issues like overheating the motors. A lot of the inquiries we get about customers having issues with their boards can be avoided with this quick and simple fix. Before you go for a ride, just check the wheels by hand, and if you can push an indent into the tire, you need to top them up with air. Rubber wheels are going to wear down faster than urethane. How long a set of tires lasts is going to depend entirely on your style of riding and the terrain you are riding on. But you know it's time for a new set when you begin to see the canvas peek through the rubber. Back wheels will usually wear out first, so you can rotate the wheels to keep the wear even and get more life out of a set. When it comes to changing tires, you want to remove all the wheels from the board and deflate them. Using a 1/8 Allen key, undo the bolts holding the hub together and split it into two halves, releasing the tire and the tube. Try to keep the bottom hub from lifting off the table so the nuts don't displace. This will make reinstalling easier. When your tire has been released, remove the tube. If the tire is really worn, the inner tube may stick to the tire. If this is the case, deflate it further to help release it. Insert the tube into the tire and inflate slightly. You want just enough pressure so you can see the other side of the tire evenly through the middle. This will help to avoid pinching the tube. Place the tire and inner tube over the bottom half of the hub, ensuring the valve aligns with the half moon section. Double check the tube is not overlapped onto the hub, then place the top half of the hub onto the tire, ensuring the valve aligns with the half moon. Tighten all bolts. Inflate the tube to 40 to 45 psi and you're good to go. If you experience a clicking noise coming from your belts under braking or acceleration, they are likely to be too loose. If they are too tight, you will experience reduced range and additional heat in the motors. To check the tension, press the belt with your finger and it should deflect about 5 millimeters, like this. To adjust your belt tensions, prop up your board on a bench and remove the wheel, belt and gear. Once the 4 bolts are exposed, use a 1/8 Allen key to loosen them until you can slide the motor up and down the motor plate. They don't need to be undone completely. Reinstall the gear and belt, then pull the motor towards the rear of the board until the tension is correct. Hold it in place and tighten 2 of the 4 motor bolts to hold the motor in this position. Refit the wheel and double check the new belt tension is correct. If so, remove the wheel, belt and gear so you can access the 2 remaining motor bolts and tighten them completely. Refit everything and repeat on the other side. Riding on dirt and gravel is going to cause debris to get on all your parts, so you want to be a little more consistent with your cleaning regimen on an all-terrain board. We have a service your board video you can check out for an in-depth look on how to do this, but here are the basics. Your bushings and pivot cups will start squeaking if dirt gets in there, so disassemble your trucks, clean all the parts, re-grease and reassemble. The same should be done for the drive system to make sure there are no little stones trapped in your belts, gears or under the belt covers. You can use an air gun for a quick clean of these parts and also the motors. When it comes to replacing parts, here are some things to look out for when you know it's time to get newbies. Belts will eventually wear down and start to fray. You will feel them slipping even when the belt tensions are correct. Bushings do wear out over time. If you notice they are squished and they aren't their original shape, it's time for some new ones. You will be able to feel when bearings aren't spinning smoothly anymore, or you might hear them clicking when you ride. Soak them in alcohol to give them a deep clean and add bearing lubricant. If they still don't spin smoothly, pop in a new set. The hardware itself does last a long time, but it's always good to inspect and ensure everything is in good condition. The Nylock wheel nuts we use are designed to keep the nut locked in position in high vibration scenarios. After multiple disassembles, the nylon insert will wear down and become less effective, so keep an eye on that. If you keep on top of all of these simple things, you will have a smooth, quiet and safe board for a long time to come. If there are any other questions you have about looking after your board, ask us in the comments and we will make some more how-to videos. Thanks for watching, now go out and skate.